Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends of classical archives, I am Heitor Villa-Lobos, born in Rio de Janeiro, shaped by its streets, its forests, its rhythms, and the extraordinary mix of cultures that flowed through the city. From an early age, music came to me not through the conservatory but through wandering, listening to chorões improvising on street corners, learning the guitar in cafes, absorbing the voices of the Amazon and the Sertão during my travels through Brazil's interior. Over time, I realized that if I wished to speak honestly as a composer, I would have to build my own musical vocabulary. European traditions fascinated me, of course, and when I finally traveled to Paris in the 1920s, I met wonderful colleagues, Darius Milhaud, Florent Schmitt, and the ever-generous Arthur Rubinstein, who championed my works with warmth and conviction. But I understood that my path was different. I did not wish to imitate Europe, but to converse with it, to offer a Brazilian voice that carried the energy of street music, indigenous melodies, Afro-Brazilian rhythms, and the grandeur of the landscapes I had walked. My works often grew out of this dialogue between worlds. The choros sought to capture the bustling spirit of urban musicians who taught me so much. The Bachianas Brasileiras were my attempt to weave together Bach's universal architecture with the colors of Brazilian song. And pieces like Uirapuru, Rude Poema, and the Guitar Concerto came from the belief that every instrument, every motif, could be shaped into something both new and deeply rooted in the soil of my country. I also devoted many years to education in Brazil, convinced that music was not a luxury but a necessity, a force that shapes citizens and nations. I dreamed of classrooms where children learned not only technique, but also imagination, where singing in harmony was a way of building community. Travel brought me friendships with musicians around the world. Leopold Stokowski, who understood the boldness of my orchestration, Yehudi Menuhin, whose violin seemed to speak its own language, and so many young composers who were searching, as I had searched, for an authentic musical identity. I spent my final years back in Rio de Janeiro, the city of my birth, where I died in 1959. By then I had written more music than I could ever properly count, but quantity was never the goal. What mattered was the pursuit, the ongoing effort to honor the voices of my country, to let them resonate in new forms, to show that Brazil's musical soul could stand proudly on any stage in the world. Thank you for allowing me to reflect on this journey and for giving life once more to the sounds that meant everything to me.